Hi friends, we are here to make our Easter craft and I decided to come outside today to do this lesson because it's such a beautiful day. The sun is out, there's a little bit of a breeze, but we are here to do our Easter craft. So you want to get all the items. I sent an email to your parents with all the items that you're going to need for this craft. Don't worry if you don't have them yet. You could always get them at another time or do this craft during Easter break. So let's go ahead and get out the items. So the first item we're going to get is an egg carton. So I emptied out all the eggs from here and I got the egg carton. Next thing you're going to need is 12 plastic eggs. I have all different colors. Once you have all your 12 plastic eggs, you're going to number them 1 through 12 on them. So there's 1, there's 2, and so on. So I also put in your packet or in an email that I sent your parents 2 sheets of paper that need to be cut up into 12 different squares, and there's numbers on the squares, so go ahead and have those cut up and in order 1 through 12 next to you, and then all the items that you're going to need for this craft. So I will show them to you. You're going to need a piece of grass, or I got a piece of rosemary because I have a rosemary bush in my yard. You're going to need 3 dimes, a dice, a small cracker, a piece of cloth or a piece of fabric, 2 sheets of paper, and I rolled them up into what's called a scroll. Okay, so 2 sheets of paper and I rolled them into scrolls, a piece of yarn or string, a small rock, a thorn, or I just got the tip of a leaf because I don't have a thorn, and be careful if you're going to get a thorn because they're sharp, and a toothpick, and the last thing is 2 nails, 2 small nails. Okay, so I'm going to put all those items back in my little box here. Okay, so we are going to make our very own resurrection egg kit, and this as resurrection egg kit is the story of Easter. So let's begin. We're going to take our number 1 egg and take the number 1 scripture here. Each of these pieces of paper has a scripture that goes along with the story of Easter. Now, it's going to tell what item you're going to put in the egg, and I'm going to tell you why we do it. So, number 1 is the palm branch, and that's the blade of grass. And the small blade of grass represents the palm branch at Jesus's triumphal entry. Okay, so I folded my piece of paper. I'm going to take my piece of grass or my rosemary. I'm going to put it in my egg and close my egg number 1. Number 2, you're going to grab your number 2 piece of paper, and those are the silver coins, which are the 3 dimes. We're using the 3 dimes to represent the 30 pieces of silver that Judas received. So we'll go ahead, take our piece of paper with our scripture, get our number 2 egg, and put our 3 dimes inside the egg and close it. And then I'm sticking it right in the egg carton. Number 3. Number 3 is the Last Supper. And we're using our small cracker. And the cracker represents the Last Supper. So I'm going to take my piece of paper. I'm going to fold it up. Put it right in here. Put my cracker in there with number 3. Number 3. The 4th item. Number 4. praying hands. And we're going to use the scroll, the piece of paper rolled into a scroll to represent Jesus's prayer in the garden. So I'm going to take a scroll here. I'm going to take a piece of paper and fold it up with our scripture and put it into number 4. Number 4. Number 5 is the whip, and we're using the piece of rope or string or yarn, and that represents the soldiers whipping Jesus. So I'm going to fold this up. I'm going to put it in my egg, and I'm going to take my yarn or string or rope, whatever you have, and that's number 5. That didn't snap all the way. There we go. Number 6, the crown of thorns. Now it says on here you're using a scroll, but you could also use your thorn to represent the crown of thorns and your nails. That represents Jesus being nailed to the cross. So let me get my thorn and my nails, put it in there with this sheet of paper, this scripture. Okay, number 7. Oh, here's where the nails go. I'm sorry. Number 7 is the nails, small nails, to represent Jesus being nailed to the cross. So I'm going to take that out of number 6, and the thorn is just going to go in number 6. So I'm going to take the nails out of number 6 and put the nails in number 7, because it says nails on number 7. And that's representing Jesus being nailed to the cross. Number 7. Okay, number 8 is the dice. And the mini dice is to represent the soldiers casting lots for Jesus's clothes. So, because they took all of his clothes, so we're going to stick the dice in number 8. Number 8. Okay, number 9. This is the spear. And we're going to take the toothpick, and I broke one end off already, and that represents the piercing Jesus's side. Number 9, with the piece of the toothpick, number 9. Number 10, the linen, which is your piece of fabric. And that represents Joseph wrapping Jesus in a clean linen cloth. So I'm going to take my scripture here, fold it up, and I'm going to take my piece of fabric or cloth and put it in the egg. That goes for number 10. Number 10. Number 11 is the stone, and you're going to use your small rock for this one. And the rock is to represent the stone rolled in front of the tomb. So I'm going to take my scripture here. I'm going to get my stone here to represent the rock that was rolled in front of the tomb for number 11. And number 12 is the empty tomb. Let's read this scripture. Matthew 28:25. But the angel answered and said to the women, Do not be afraid, for I know that you seek Jesus who was crucified. He is not here, for he is risen, as he said. Come, see the place where the Lord lay. So, inside of our last egg, and I saved this special one, this silver special one. You could use white or whatever color you have, but it's going to be left empty. And that represents the empty tomb. Put that scripture right in this egg and put that egg right in there. And there, I have my resurrection egg kit. So you have your very own to keep. And this is a wonderful way to share the story about Jesus. You have this for your very own. And I'm so happy I got to do this Easter craft with you. I hope you have a wonderful Easter. Remember, boys and girls, what Easter is all about. Have a blessed day. I love you. I miss you. I'll see you after spring break. Bye-bye.